Welcome back to the Pisces Dead People Die Weekly podcast. We here at the PDPDW say, si te gusta lo que hago, de la me gusta, comente abajo y comparte tu opinión sobre la mía. Y asegúrate de 619 el botón de suscripción. And that 619 you heard me say, you know that belonged to Rey Mysterio, the one man, the true mascot of the luchadors over the years, who did the honors of inducting our Hall of Fames of this year, including Conan. That was very nice. I actually liked the placement in the middle rather than beginning and end too. But good on you, Ray. Glad to see you there. Even though you didn't have a match, you still got to induct, people that you know and love into the Hall of Fame. And on top of that, you are one of the only, two-time Hall of Fame inductees. So, it's only fitting. But, with all of this being said, the beginning of Triplemania was the Copa Bardal. Basically the Royal Rumble for AAA. And it was nuts. Like, okay, this is not the first time I've seen something like this, but just the fact how it was delivered, the people who were in it, well done, well put together. We started off with La Parka and Laredo Kid. They both started off. Laredo Kid is the AAA Cruiserweight Champion, and La Parka's got the best intro gear. He looked like a witch doctor, undead witch doctor type deal. But that was that good start. I'll just name them off. If you saw them, you saw them. But if not, after Laredo Kid, we got LWO's Joaquin Wilde, and then afterwards we had Abismo Negro Jr., and then Taurus, Aerostar, Mecha Wolf, LWO's Cruz del Toro, Otis from the Alpha Academy, Pimpinella, Cibernetico, Microman, Omos, and Octagon Jr. And that was in order from number 1 to number 14. One heck of a match. Betrayals, double eliminations, the biggest guy in the ring along with the smallest guy in the ring. Laredo Kid was the first one out, followed by Joaquin Wilde, then Aerostar. Then after Aerostar, it was Tauros, then Pimpinella, Cibernetico, then at the same time, Cruz del Toro and Abismo Negro Jr. Afterwards was Otis, then Microman, then Mecha Wolf, followed by Octagon Jr., and finally the Iron Man of the match itself, La Parka, was the last to be eliminated, leaving Omos to be the winner. So, congratulations, Omos, and welcome back. I forget exactly how long it was that he was out, but just to see him come back, he wasn't necessarily out. He was tag team champions of the Japanese division, but to see him back on the spotlight in WWE was pretty great. After the very first match, the Copa Bardal match, we had a singles match for the AAA Latin American Championship. It was Messias versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., which I don't know either of these guys, but I did enjoy the match. That first match, by the way, the Copa Bardal match, I rated it a 4.25 out of 5. There were a couple little slip-ups here and there, some timing was off, but was overall a very good match. The second match, like I said, for the Latin American Championship, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Messias was a really good match too. I like how the dad got involved. I liked how honestly and truly Messias was, a true bad guy, and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. was actually a true good guy, just like hero and heel. And we actually saw El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. walk out with the AAA Latin American Championship. So, look, I may not know these guys, but overall, it was a good match. I gave that match a 4.25 out of 5 as well. Then afterwards, we got Lola Vice, Nino Ambergues, and Mr. Iguana versus Judgment Day. We had a one little thing in there that, kind of happened on SmackDown as well, and I'm going to call it out just because, why not? I'm not hating, just think it should be said. When you're in the corner like Raquel Rodriguez and you slap JD Madonna, who is in the ring, that counts as a tag. So I think everybody needs to start going over, hey, quit touching folks unless it's a scripted tag in. But, no hate really. It's just when Raquel Rodriguez turned around and slapped JD Madonna, especially while holding on to the rope in the corner. They're supposed to do it. They're supposed to hold on to the rope in the corner, but I've seen plenty of times where they didn't, and it was called a legal tag. So that's kind of out the window at this point. But she had hand on the rope and then slapped JD, which should have been a legal tag. So just saying, start going over that or start calling that a tag, because I'm starting to wonder what a true tag is nowadays. But it was a great match. Not just a great match, it was a 5-star match. It was basically picture perfect. I enjoyed every bit of it, from the puppet that Finn brought in to the trade-off with the hamburgers with Nino Amberguesa, and the Lola Vice versus Raquel rivalry that kind of built up during the match. It was all great. Everything about it was wonderful. That's why I gave it a 5-star, and I know a lot of people are going to, I'm not even going to say be mad at me, but they're definitely going to say I give 5-star matches out too easily, which is not the case, but today it was, and you're going to see what I mean here in just a second. The next match, the AAA Tag Team Championship match, Pagano and Psycho Clown versus Los Garza. By the way, the last match, the Judgment Day walked out with the victory. I didn't expect that. I expected, with the popularity that Mr. Iguana has, for him to be walking away with the win. So, that was very... Look, that's another reason why I rated it as high as I did. But on to the current match. Pagano and Psycho Clown versus Los Garza for the AAA Tag Team Championship. It was my favorite match of the night. The main event was good. Do not get me wrong. It was great. Had you on your seat the whole time. But this was the best match of the night, in my opinion. That's why I definitely had to give it a 5-star. Look, hardcore type match. The barbed wire wrapped around the face. The putting both of those big guys through the table. Look, man, it doesn't get much better than that. And Los Garza, I did not give them the time of day before, but now that they're able to show out on AAA, especially when they were rocking the belts, it pays off. I'm definitely looking at them now, even though they did lose the belts to Pagano and Psycho Clown. So, regardless, maybe we'll see a little bit more Legado del Fantasma stuff happening on SmackDown or Raw. But after that match, we had the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship with Lady Flammer versus Fabi Apache versus Natalia. Don't hate me, guys. This was a 5-star match too. It was perfect. It was picture perfect. All these matches were just, I mean, no wonder TKO acquired AAA. And yes, there are a lot of WWE superstars that are mixed in with these matches too. But no wonder TKO got AAA. Everybody, men, women, that they can all perform, and perfectly too. Like when I was a kid watching and thinking it was real because of the timing and the execution. So yes, this match, this triple threat women's match for the Reina de Reinas championship was a 5-star match. Lady Flammer retained, mainly because of slow counting ref, and I think that's great that they had a slow counting ref. That was the whole gimmick of him. But regardless, that was thoroughly entertaining. Natalia really owned it in there, even though she didn't win. I was very happy to see her come in and represent. So, much love to everybody else too that I've seen. It's definitely going to make me want to tune in and watch AAA on a regular basis. So, look forward to that. I might start throwing out an episode for AAA in the future. I might start mixing it in with a Raw episode or a SmackDown episode just to see, how it goes and how I can fit it in. But, if I'm feeling spunky and ambitious, I might just start throwing out a third regular podcast for AAA in the middle of the week. But the main event of the night for the AAA Mega Championship, Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio versus El Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee. 5-star match. Just going ahead and putting it out there. If you saw it, you saw it. That kept you on your feet the whole time. The whole time. And at the end, you thought somebody was going to win. Then you thought somebody else was going to win. And then the next person. And then you had Judgment Day come out. And then you had LWO come out. And then you had the Americanos come out. Which nobody knows who the heck they are anymore. I don't even know if they'll ever get unmasked or revealed or anything like that with the way they're dressing. Probably some NXT guys or something like that. But still, the Americanos came out. And then another masked guy came out. And you thinking, oh, hey, did Vikingo actually have some backup? It's like, sort of, but not really for Vikingo, even though it helped Vikingo win. It was AJ Styles. And the crowd goes wild for AJ Styles. And what a night. I mean, that's 4 5-star matches. And that is my true and honest opinion. That is not just me being overwhelmed or overexcited. It's true. I go through and I try to find something to chip off some points. But if they go through and the performance is perfect and they surprise me almost at every turn of the match like they did, and the crowd is just working its magic in the background, I'm going to give it a 5-star match. And I'll give it a 5-star rating if I think it deserves it. And of the 6 matches we had, 4 of them were 5 stars. I'm just thoroughly entertained by AAA. I really think that I want to start tuning in and actually watching it on a regular basis. I think it's on YouTube. I know past episodes are on Pluto. I'll really have to just check it out and test around, This is the first time I watched anything WWE on YouTube like this. So I'm subscribed to the channel now, so if I start seeing it pop up, then, I'll just watch it as it's uploaded. But I do think that we might have a LWO versus Judgment Day match on Raw. I mean, maybe that was just primarily for AAA, but I wouldn't be surprised if they needed, some extra matches for Raw just to add that on there as a, result of AAA. But after all is said and done, AAA or TripleMania 2025, TripleManía 33 got a 4.75 out of 5 for the whole show. They showed up, they showed out, they got the best rating so far. And I've only done 3, but I feel like this is going to be the best rating for some time to come. The only things I can think of that might make it be better than this would be WrestleMania or next year's SummerSlam, but this really took the cake. I can't imagine anything else being better than this for a while, unless I'm just being completely generous. If you like what I do here, leave a like, and comment down below and leave your opinion on my opinions. And while you're at it, be sure to 619 that subscribe button. It's much appreciated, and much love to the ones who do. Alright guys, I'm hopping off here. Peace.